Hello, my name is HopeCatherine, and I am a reader and an expert here on ORANUM. Today I would like to take the opportunity to go over a little bit about a tarot reading, and I'd like to explain how the Celtic cross reading works. I'm hoping that you enjoyed the video and get some information in the process. A lot of people don't like to do divination because they say, well, gee, I'm afraid I don't want to know what the future holds for me because I'm nervous, and what if something bad's going to happen? Well, that's the beauty of the tarot. The tarot card, when you do a reading correctly, actually gives you a lot of information about what's going on in the past, what's going on in the future, and what's happening right now, giving you the opportunity not only to understand what's caused the past, what's caused the behavior that's put you in the situation that you're in, and how to change the future. I'll give you an example of how it works. What a reader does is the reader actually shuffles the cards, myself included. I use the Norse tarot cards as I am a shamanic practitioner, and a shamanic practitioner, we would use our ancestors' cards. Since I'm a 13th generation American and my family is from the northern part of England, I use the Norse deck because that is my ancestral background. So what I do is I actually shuffle the cards until I feel my vibrations are lined up with the person that I'm reading. I pull the first card out, which is what we call the covering card. The covering card in this case would be the death card. And again, a lot of people get afraid and they say, the death card, oh no, what's going to happen? Well, the death card is actually an indicator that things are in change. There's a flux going on. So the first thing that I would tell the person I'm reading for is there's change coming in your life, and the change is positive and it's good. So be aware of the fact that this is what's going on. I also ask everyone to take notes whenever I'm doing a reading for them so that they understand where we're going and they can keep a record of the date that we talked and keep an eye on what's going on in their lives at the time. The crossing card is what's crossing over the person. On this particular case, I'm actually pulling out the 7 of discs, and it's straight up. What this means is, it is a warning card. Whenever I see a warning card, it's not a bad card. It's a card that indicates, hey, something's going on that you might want to change in your life. I see some stagnation. I see that you're bored with what's going on in life, and this is an opportunity for you to make a change. When I pull the past cards up, I pull 2 in a row. Now, the first card I pulled up would be, again, we've got the 6 of Wands, again, upright, and we've also got the 4 of Cups, which is inverted. These 2 cards work together to influence what's going on in the past. Now, we can't change the past. It's static. It doesn't move forward. But what we can do is we can actually look at them and say, okay, in the past, you've had good news. You've had things moving along in your future, and it looks like that this is actually leading to something. I see at this point, you've got new novelty going on in your life. So things are novel, and that's where you're standing today. You've come to me for a reading today because things have changed. You're feeling a little unsettled. We've got a card indicating that you're feeling a little stagnant. So what's holding for the future? The beauty is I'm going to pull the 2 cards that are the future reading. The 2 cards of the future reading are actually cards that can change. So if I pull the card and it's the Empress inverted, this card means that we've got some infertility going on. We've got some female domination going on. So I would let the person know, hey, is there something going on in your life that's causing you not to be able to blossom? Is there something that's blocking your way? And I would have the person again take notes on this and say, I want you really to examine your entire life and see what's going on. This card is influencing the next card. Now, the next card, again, we've got the 4 of discs. The 4 of discs means satisfaction with one's progress. So perhaps we needed the kick in the butt from the person who is a motherly but a little overbearing to get us to where we're going. So a lot of times, even though you see a warning card, the warning card may be, you know something, we need to let this happen and you need to let this play out because in the long run, it's going to benefit you. So again, we have a good, successful situation that's upon us and upon the table. We also have what's called the fear or the wish card. That card is placed at the bottom of the cross. We've got the cross that's going on. The first 2 cards were the crossing and the covering card. Then we've got the 2 cards that are the past, then the future. Then we're moving on. We also move on to the wish or the card that indicates our fears. This particular card would be a wish card. This is the Queen of Wands. This card is a card that literally signifies a female that has burnt the fields behind her. She's burnt the fields down because she's ready to rebuild. She's going to take the ashes and she's going to make a new beginning out of it. This is a great card to pull because it's a wish card that you're actually hoping that you can actually manifest this in your life and push forward and actually make change in your world. So this card would be a great card. Now, the next card we call is the signifier card. This is the Hermit. The Hermit means that we have warnings going on and it's upright. That means you need to slow down, back up, and take a good look at the situation of what's going on. So again, this is a great card. I'll have someone take notes, write down, back up, take a look at what's going on, and really assess the situation so that we can see where we're going and what we're doing with this. Then the last two cards are the cards that are indicating how the whole reading is going to play out. Again, these are changeable cards. The beauty of the tarot is you can change your own fortune. You can look at what's going on, look how your past has brought you to where you are, and look where the future is going. If we see something major that's indicating there's going to be a problem, it gives you the opportunity to make changes in your life that are positive. So the reading is actually good. One of the indicating cards for the future would be the Queen of Swords, the outcome of this. This is a very strong, intelligent woman. So this woman would either be an influence in your life or it would become you. You would be strong, intelligent, versatile, and ready to cut through any crap that's going on. The Queen of Swords actually literally takes the sword and cuts through what's happening and literally just lets things go that aren't necessarily positive in your life and that aren't good. The final crowning card, again, is the Princess of Swords. Now, this card is a brilliant card to pull because she is versatile, she is strong, she knows what she wants, and she goes after it and she gets it. So when we look at this entire reading, we actually see we have an individual who has change coming. The change could be because of the fact that the person is feeling stagnant. Once the person's feeling stagnant, they know there's a problem. They've come to me for a reading. So I can see that good things have happened and novel things are on the way, but it's not been enough to satisfy the person. So the person's moved on. Now they see they're going to need a kick in the hiney. Literally. We're actually going to have the Empress inverted, who's going to maybe take away some of the bad habits that we have, maybe some of our video gaming, maybe some of our excessive drinking, maybe pushing us to exercise more, and this is actually going to lead to completion of successful goals. So this is a win-win situation. When we look at cards like the Queen of Wands, this is the wish card. We can manifest this. We know this is who we want to become. We have the choice to make this happen. And this is what's so beautiful about the tarot, is that you can manifest this in your life by beginning to act accordingly. You find and you create your own destiny. The Hermit card means that you need to slow down and reassess what's going on. Take a look at the whole picture. And that means someone needs to sit down and maybe make a journal entry, take a look at what's going on, reassess their goals, and really examine what exactly they want. The final two cards, the Princess and the Queen of Swords, are the cards that are indicating that we're about to kick butt. We're about to take action. We're not going to take no for an answer, and we're going to make positive and good changes in our lives. So after I do a Celtic cross reading, then I ask the questioner, is there anything that you want to know? Usually the person will say, yes, I have a question about a certain situation. How are things in my relationship working out, for example? I do what's called a 4-card spread. The 4-card spread answers questions. The first card is how you feel about the situation. The first card I would pull would be Temperance. Temperance means the reconciliation of opposites. That means you're ready to reconcile. You're ready to maybe mend some fences, rebuild some bridges, and pull things back together the way they should have been before. And that's actually a very, very good card to pull. So that's the way the person's thinking about it. How do they feel about it? The Prince of Swords inverted. The Prince of Wands inverted. This card indicates that there's some deception going on. So they feel maybe they haven't been completely honest with the person. So they feel in their heart, gee, I really need to take some positive action and do some really soul searching and maybe confess some things to this person and let them know. The third card is how we're going to act when we come up to the situation. And this card is actually going to be the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups means that we're spiritually going to step forward. We're going to make a move forward, and we're going to walk out the door. We're going to make sure our spiritual and our physical needs are met. So the person will actually confess what's gone on, tell the truth, really reconcile the opposites. And the final card is the outcome, and it's the Prince of Discs, which is the bearer of good news, which means that we're going to have very good reconciliation. You will be the bearer of good news, share everything that's happening, and then I could say to the person in the relationship, don't worry, it looks like everything's going to go okay. What you have to do now is you have to take action. That's usually the hardest part, is getting the person to take action. But to fear the tarot and to fear a reading or wonder about an outcome does you no good. That's why I also ask people to take notes on everything. So if you have any further questions, feel free. I'm always listed on my schedule online, and I look forward to meeting you on ORANUM. So I look forward to seeing you in the free chats. Thank you so much. I am HopeCatherine. Bye-bye.